Hi there. So this is my first IGTV video, and I am going to adopt the done over perfect principle because there's not going to be a lot of crazy edits on this one. I'd love to learn more about it, but I just want to get to showing you guys my desk setup because a few of you have asked. And I'm also going to link a lot of these items in Amazon as well. So if you go to my link in bio, you click on that and then you go to Amazon recommendations, and that's where you can find a group that's called Desk Setup, the same name as this IGTV episode. So before I get started, I just wanted to give a little shout out to my favorite house hippo, Rocky, and my best desk mate. He is so chill. I don't even get stressed because how could you? He's just living in the moment, hanging out. So as many of you know, I actually was set up over at my dining room table, which I've now cleared off so it can be a little bit more human. And I've moved some of my things upstairs, so that's more music and shipping. And then this is kind of my everyday desk. So I have two monitors. I think that's usually what people ask about first. I originally only had one monitor and then I'd use my computer as the second screen. But now that Adrian is working at a new office, he just uses these on the weekend, and I use these during the week when I'm doing more heavy development and design. So these are 4K, and they also have built-in speakers, which is awesome. They have anti-glare as well, so let's say you're near a window, you're not gonna have to worry as much about this kind of glare coming back at you or seeing reflections. And they're just overall just kind of awesome. And they are connected over here. There's a display port to Thunderbolt over here that I'm using. I really would prefer HDMI, but I'm doing that for now. And I also have just an HDMI to HDMI port. So this one I think is going to this guy, and that one is going to the one over there. So clearly this desk organization is not about aesthetic. It's really just about functionality and the stuff that I need to be able to work and access things quickly so that I am the most efficient. So here are some of the things that I have on my desk. I have my planners, which I'll get into at some point, how I use those. I have my computer stand over here with my computer plugged in, not to look at as a screen as mentioned, but really just to kind of feed into the displays. I have well, they're actually not mine, they're Adrian's noise canceling headphones. These are the Bose noise canceling. And I have Felix Gray. These are blue light glasses. Obviously I have, some Post-its, other things. I have more of that in some of the drawers, but I'm not gonna be opening the drawers for you. I have my iPad here today. I don't always have this here, but this is really great. Like if I need to do something on social media quickly, or I want to reference something and not necessarily pull it up on here. It's not that often that I do that, but it is kind of nice to have. This is the 11-inch iPad Pro, and this little stylus I just got on Amazon. And this little tray back here, I use more for just putting a couple little things. I'm working on some label designs, so these are samples of the types of labels that I can be using. And then I have a couple cords coming from the back. I'll show you how that works. But I can attach my watch there. This is more for like a power bank or to charge my keyboard. And that is right here, this gorgeous thing, the Low Free. This is the Four Seasons edition. And it's a little bit more expensive than their regular ones, but I adore it. This is Bluetooth. It can connect to 3 different devices, so it'll probably connect to mine, my iPad, and then I'm gonna let Adrian take that third one if he wants to use it. What's really cool is it can backlight, so you need typing, and then it's more clacky. It's actually really good for if you're typing, you get more of the finger movement, and it really helps, I think, with strain in your wrists or strain on your fingers, to not be just going to the basic, Apple flat keyboard. Aesthetically, I just really love this keyboard as well. So moving on over here, first, I just want to point out that I've been into this sort of galaxy, pink and purple, constellation type thing going on. So I don't know if I'm getting a little spacey or what, but just something I noticed like recently. It's so funny. See, even this is a charging pad, by the way. I linked something different because this one's okay, but again, kind of fitting the theme. This mouse here is a vertical mouse. It's by Mojo, and this is really good for the ergonomics of your wrist. I really enjoy it. Some people don't like them, but the flat mouse, I really can't. And this is just like, it's really nice. You can have the scrolling. It has these little buttons along the side. And it's fully, Bluetooth. I think it takes batteries. You don't have to actually stick something in it like the crazy Magic Mouse where you're plugging it in and you can't even use it while you're doing it. And then over here, I mean, you gotta go analog sometimes. Look at these pens. I am a pen freak. These are, I think, the Stadler or something like that. I have it linked. They're the Tri Plus fine liners. Oh, they're just absolute heaven. I think I wrote something with one of them over here, just like easy, almost a little bit like a mix between a felt tip and, I don't know, just good ballpoint. These are really fun. Gotta have the metallic Sharpies too. I'm just not saying this is part of my setup because not everyone wants to be so digital all the time. I do think it's important to write things sometimes. But even if you want the experience, iPad is great for writing too. I do that sometimes in Evernote. So you just gotta do what works for you as well. Another thing that I want to address is, come down in the depths with me. I don't have the best cable management right now, but I do have this little guy that I've stuck under here. It is an Amazon product, like a basics one. This plugs into the wall, but then I plug things into it. So I can either pull it kind of out this way, or I actually wrapped a few of them back. So that's where these guys are plugged in. But I highly recommend having these USB like multi-ports, just because it just makes life easier. It's easier to charge things, and just easier to manage too. And then most of my other things under here, this desk is so cool because it has this little, I call it the little cord veranda, where everything's kind of plugged in along a strip. And I do have one that I have going here, but there are these kind of cord socks. They look like I have them linked in my Amazon products, but they do cover cords really well. I just only used apparently one right now, but I just set this up, so I'm sure there's a lot of room for improvement. And then of course, the very big whiteboard. Let me step back a little bit here. So I have all my stuff that's kind of going on at the moment. I might mount something at some point, but I just didn't want to commit yet. So this thing I can wheel around, just kind of gives me a reminder of what's going on, what I'm trying to get through. And I use Asana usually if I'm, digitally working on things. So that was kind of a, oversimplified, maybe quick, a little ADD version of my desk setup. But if you guys have any questions, just send me a DM, and then of course, check the link that's in my bio and go to my Amazon recommended products, and you'll see a lot of these things there. Thank you for letting me share my very real and unedited process. I'm gonna get back to work, but I am looking forward to making more of these to share with you kind of what I'm working on and some other things that I've learned, some tips and tricks. It's tough to balance a lot of things, and I'm still learning, but I have a few tricks up my sleeve.